ask y'all for an assessment of what today's scrimmage looked like. Zach, if y'all could both answer.
It was pretty good. I feel like it was a lot better than last scrimmage because it was our first kind of like tackle live action thing. So this one, everybody kind of knew their assignments better, and people were late. They were making less mistakes. So
Yeah, I think to piggyback off of what Zach said, it was a assignment sound scrimmage. We competed better than we have in a long time. So especially coming from that first scrimmage, it's definitely a big improvement.
What's your weight now? And do you remember what your weight was when you first came up here as a freshman, and kind of how's that affected you, your body changing like it has?
currently I'm 260, but when I came in, I was 204. So that is kind of a big jump, and I feel like it's really helped me a lot with staying like on the line and stuff because going against Myron, he's a big boy, so you can't be just 200 pounds doing that. And I feel like just the strength aspect has helped me, stay in my gap, read fits, and everything else, and it's really just help take me to the next level and what I'm trying to do here.
Obviously, gotten some game experience, made some plays. How do you feel about what are your expectations? How are you feeling going into your third year now?
I feel a lot better because I've gained more confidence not only from the weight but just from the time playing. I feel a lot more comfortable. I'm not really itchy looking for this and that. I'm more like down to earth and I could just play calmly and do what I'm do. So yeah,
Zach, what'd you play last year? What was your playing weight last season?
I was I was more like 245. That's what I think I remember. I'm like 245. So I think I gained about like 15 pounds. I think I'm gonna gain a little bit more. Probably like 5, something like that. But maybe next year if I'm still here, like I'll gain a few more pounds. I don't really feel like any different. So I think I could still gain some more weight.
You got to get up in the middle of the night and eat, or
Yes, the main thing that I did to gain weight was eat when I'm not hungry. And that was a big struggle for me because, I eat big meals. I don't really eat snacks. And that's what you have to do. And also eat a big meal before you go to bed. So that's what I've been doing.
Myron, first offense today. Did y'all move the ball? Did y'all score? How did the first offense flow?
First offense, we came out pretty good today. We moved the ball well, successfully. I think we scored on our second drive. Um, but overall, it was a very productive day for the first offense. Yeah, definitely. KJ's he's came a long way since last year. He's grown into his leadership role that we need for him to be this season, and I think he's going to make great strides.
Coach just said that Rocket is probably, right, not probably, he is the number 2 back behind Traylon Smith. What do you like about his running style? What's kind of jumped out to you, in these scrimmages about him?
He just runs. I don't know. He runs fearlessly. He's a hard runner, just like 22. They both run way bigger than what they are, and that's going to help us in those short yardage games and all the other stuff.
Myron, I assume you've gone against Zach's, whether it's drills or team stuff.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you've gone against him the last couple of years. What's your take on how he's developed as a D end, and how is he different now blocking him than say when he was just barely over 200?
Yeah, well, I mean, when I first got here, me and Zach were both a little underweight, but throughout the years, he has definitely gotten better, and you could tell he's gotten a lot more physical in the run game and pass game, and especially with the added weight that he's put on, it just makes it harder to move him out of there.
For both you guys, you've already had 2 hard weeks of camp, still 2 weeks out from a game. So I would think this third week is a challenge, maybe mentally and physically. How big is it to make sure you keep pushing through this week? How do you guys approach this third week of camp?
We just got to approach it with the right mindset. I mean, we're 2 weeks out from Rice, and we got to treat it as such. And this scrimmage is only getting us better and getting us more prepared for Rice. So we just got to treat it like it's a game and handle it that way.
Yeah, I feel the same way. We can't, just because fall camp's kind of over, you can't take your foot off the pedal. You have to still treat it like a game situation no matter what. Next weekend is like the mock game. And, people are going to be, not really into it, kind of like today because it was a whole scrimmage. But I feel like we've matured enough to understand that as the days go by, like we're closer and closer to a game, so we can't back down now and let the foot off the pedal.
Zach, from your perspective, what do you thought of Rocket as a running back? What's impressed you about when you guys go against him?
Well, he's pretty strong and he's fast, so you can't lose contain. You can't just try to wrap him up and he'll fall to the ground. He'll take you for about a good 5-10 yards. So if you finna hit him, you have to hit him real good. So that's what I like about him.
One more for Zach, if that's okay. You obviously, I think you started 4 games last year, played quite a bit, and then they brought in 3 older, grad transfer seniors, and it seems like it's deeper on the line now, more competition, different guys subbing in first team. Just how have you thought about that as a returning guy, about the guys they brought in, how everybody's kind of meshing together?
It's healthy competition, and I respect that they're gonna make us fight for our spot every day, and that's just gonna make us all better. But outside of practice and like everything football related, we mesh very well. Just like tonight, everybody's trying to do something together as a D line, and we've never really done that before. So I feel like there's a difference between football relationships and outside relationships, and I think that we're equally great in both.
Last week, Sam said there was, I think there's some defensive offsides and maybe some offensive holding calls, too many. What did it look like from a penalty perspective?
There weren't that many penalties today. I think there might have been like a holding or like maybe one offsides, but there weren't that many penalties this scrimmage, especially compared to the last scrimmage. I think the leadership just stepped up and made it an emphasis not to have those penalties, because come game time, it's just going to hurt us no matter if it's on offense or defense.
Question for both of you guys about Takias Crawford. Young guy seems like he's starting to get it. What have you seen from him? I know he's been working on the other side, but what have you seen from him and his growth? And Zach, I'm sure you probably locked horns a couple times with him.
I just seen improvement from him every day he comes in. He's just trying to work and trying to learn to better himself out there on the field. The past scrimmages, he's gotten better throughout the 2 scrimmages that we've had, and it's going to help him come time for the season.
Yeah, I feel the same way. He is getting a lot better. And the thing with Tykees, once he gets his hands on you, you can't really get them off no matter what you try to really do. And that's what I like about him, because everybody has different aspects to why they're great. And Tykees is getting a lot better with his hands. And so I appreciate that, because he's helping me get better.
Myron, you played obviously a lot of snaps next to Brady last year, and it seems like he's starting to get most of the 1 reps this year in camp. Where have you seen the most growth from him? Where has he gotten better compared to last year?
I think just our chemistry has gotten better. I mean, we played a lot together last year, but for him, I think he's learned the offense a lot better this year. He's not taking as much time to get through his reads. He's gotten a lot more physical this year in our run game, and I think he's going to be great.
Yeah, some people picked off for an 0-10 last year. I'm wondering where the belief that you could start winning games came from, and then going into this year, you feel you can be better, and how can you be better?
The belief is, just Coach Pittman. He inspires, a lot of things that previous people really haven't, and he's really down to earth. He's just a guy to fight for, and that's really all I have to say about that. But once we did win those few games, it just gave us like a drive that I feel like the team hasn't really felt in a while. And even the games we lost, they were close games. Like, they weren't better than us, but that's what we all like to feed off of, because we could be really great this year, and they don't have anybody better than us. We might have some people better than them, like just vice versa, for different positions.
Yeah, I think Coach Pittman, just like Zach says, he inspires us to be great, and he just instills that in us every Saturday we go out to play. And I mean, when we're behind Coach Pittman, there's nothing else we need.
Both of y'all sound like Malik, from what Coach Pittman said, had a pretty good scrimmage today. And I know you're out there with the first team. He's running second team, Zach. I don't know how much, if you've been chasing him around. What do you guys thought? What do you think of Malik today, and what have you thought of his camp?
Ooh, Malik is Malik. Malik is a fast little bugger. I mean, you have to be outside of him. Like if you're not, he's just gonna outrun you, put you in a blender. But he's doing a lot better. I mean, he was always great, but he's doing a lot better, reading stuff because it's harder for me to read him in like a back in a mesh combo, like if I get the quarterback or the back. And he's making it a lot harder. He does it quickly, so like you have to think faster. And I feel like he's just getting better and better every day about it.
Yeah, I mean, he's getting through his reads faster. I mean, he's definitely one of our more athletic quarterbacks. So whenever he takes off, it's a show to say the least. But I think he's come along great. He made some great throws and some great runs today.